After Joel Sonyo, the leader of opposition, coming out to sound an alarm that members of parliament are getting 100 million shillings, to thank them for passing the coffee bill, but also to prepare them on passing the UPDF Act, where civilians will be tried in a court martial. General MUSEVENI has come out to say that is the one who gave them the money. And when I saw what he tweeted, I felt like crying. I felt like Uganda is not my country. In a tweet which was done by General MUSEVENI, he came out to say that, dear Ugandans, especially the Bazuku, last night on UBC, I saw a cluster of opposition MPs led by one Chivumbi expending a lot of energy on supposed shilling 100 per person given to MPs through classified funds, etc. I have one question. Dear son, madams, have you ever heard of foreign funding being sent into Uganda to influence our politics in favor of the foreigner? Secondly, the next question is, if you are anti-corruption warrior you claim to be, why have you never talked about those foreign fundings? Read full text. That's the tweet which was done by MUSEVENI. First of all, admitting that he's the one who gave 100 million shillings to the members of parliament. And for me, I think it is two things. One, the 100 million shillings is preparing them. One, it's true that is thanking them to having passed the coffee bill, but also is laying grounds for them to pass the UPDF Act. And I'm going to explain it in this video. But before I do this, I want you to know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. One, General MUSEVENI is one of the most bright people with luck. In fact, if you want to remove General MUSEVENI in power, you must acknowledge his patience and brightness and luck. Those have watered his dictatorship. We all know that we are heading towards an election. And whenever we are nearing an election, members of parliament are not near parliament because they go back to their constituency to converse for votes. And since General MUSEVENI wants to pass the UPDF Act to be so that civilians can be tried in a court martial, because the court martial has always be used as a hand to fight the opposition, is the reason why every time we see the court martial as a popular court, either trying civilians or trying opposition leaders. So it has not been a fair court. The reason is why the Supreme Court came out to rule that they must not try civilians. And since we are nearing election, he would want to use the same court to terrorize civilians and opposition leaders. There is no better way of galvanizing MPs than giving them 100 million, because you must question the timing. In politics, nothing is done by mistake. Remember, if NRM MPs here that they are giving out 100 million, they will come in Kampala, be near, so that, okay, they can get this money. And he came out to give out that tweet to protect his members of parliament. Okay, and for me, I think the mistake the opposition will do is go the wrong way of debating. You should not get the 100 million shillings. In fact, I think General MUSEVENI anticipated that the UPDF Act would not pass. Some sober NRM members would come out to oppose. So giving them 100 million things, you know, if a person gives you money, you become shy to go against what he wants. Even if he doesn't want, it does not come out to say vote this way. You feel shy. You feel entitled. I've spoken to very many people who eat money from politicians, that they vote for those people feeling shy. And this is what General MUSEVENI is doing. To confirm that he's laying ground for the UPDF Act, in a tweet which was done by Robin Anabanja, a memoranda, he came out with a letter preparing the NRM members to pass the UPDF Act. He came out to say, and I quote, Right Honorable Speaker, Parliament, Kampala, statement of business by the leader of government business. Rule 28 of the Rules of Procedure requires the leader of government business to make statement in the House regarding the government business of the succeeding week. I'm therefore submitting the following government business for the succeeding week, 15th to 17th. The Uganda People Defence Force Amendment Bill 2025. 2. Statement by the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development on the commemoration of the Internal Labour Day, I beg to submit. Honorable Nabanja, Prime Minister. That is a memoranda that on 15th, they are going to amend the UPDF Act. And remember, money was started to be given out on 11th. So it means that even by 15th, very members of parliament will be in Kampala receiving money. And they will use that chance to bring them in parliament so that they can pass this bill. So that was a technique which is being used by General Kaguta Museveni because he wants this. Museveni has always bribed these members of parliament. How can you bribe your members of parliament if you want something, if something is good? In fact, if any NRM MP is seeing this video, I beg you don't pass it. The courts have the capacity of trying even those who are terrorists. The court martial has not always been fair. There is no way that you can legislate to make it fair. Even in courts where the court martial has been put in place, there are disciplinary courts where they have to decide against something. The Chief Justice has to appoint a judge to go in the court martial. Court martials across the country are not permanent courts because they don't normally handle issues. Even when it is supposed to handle issues, a judge is appointed by the Chief Justice. Not to make personnel judges, even if they have studied law. Please, members of parliament, do not pass this thing. And you people forget very quickly. Karma is something which is written across the world. We all remember Mbabazi passed the bill that prohibited opposition politicians from holding gatherings. He was the first victim. Gracie Bingira passed the detention without trial, was the first victim. Do not pass this amendment. God, who knows, you may be the first victims. We've seen it. High-ranking NRM members have faced the wrath. I don't see any member of parliament in the current administration who has been loyal like Kaihura, who has been loyal like Amama Mbabazi, who has been loyal like Kiza Besigye, who even treated Museveni, who has been loyal by Iria Katega and others, but they have certain point forced the wrath. Do not pass the law which you may not want to be used against you. And if it even baffles my mind, when the issue was raised on the floor of parliament, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiwa, came out to deny. He came out to say that 100 million doesn't know about them. Yet, for me, I believe they know. The money cannot be served in parliament without the knowledge of the speaker and the deputy speaker. It cannot happen. Okay? In fact, when the issue was raised by Mwanga Chivumbi, okay, Thomas Taiwa said this statement. Here's a tape.
Honorable colleagues, as the leadership of the House, we are responsible for what is budgeted and appropriated and only expenditures done by Parliament. That's number one. Number two, honorable colleagues, I will not sit here and I start legitimizing street talk. No. Because I'm a member of Parliament. Listen, I'm a member of Parliament. I have not received any coin. Neither have I received a call from anyone who has my money. If you know you have my money, please bring it. Yeah, someone might be eating on my behalf somewhere. Number three, honorable colleagues. Number three, honorable colleagues. Please, if you go and you have your dealings somewhere, please don't involve the House here. Because we approved the budget, we approve all expenditure of government. We never approved any item here called a donation from the president to members of parliament. We never approved anything of that. And finally, honorable colleagues, and I saw those statements. Some were saying coffee bill, some were saying UPDF. Please, there is a way we protect each other. If you think for you will come out of this institution smarter and cleaner than the rest, and you marine all other people in this house. Shame. Honorable colleagues, the moment you put your colleagues in the mud, that mud will also go on you.
That is Thomas Taiwa. I will continue to say that history will go down, will be written that Parliament, which was headed by Anita Munga, Deputy Speaker Thomas Tiger, was one of the worst. There's that day I saw the Speaker of Parliament reporting ministers to General Kaguta Museveni that they are not appearing in the plenary. It's not a duty of the Speaker. They have the Chief Whip, they have the Leader of Government Business. They're supposed to do that. By reporting the ministers, you've clearly taken the sanctity of Parliament to the executive. There's a reason why we have three arms of government, each one working independently, but working together. A Speaker of Parliament cannot report cabinet ministers. Money cannot be served in the chambers without the knowledge. Okay? I cry for my beloved country. And for me, I see General Museveni wants this. Okay? What's this? It first came out as a rumor when Joe Sanyonyi showed a video of MP speaking money. In fact, here is the video. But later, at first I thought it is not enough evidence. But there's no smoke without fire. On Monday, there's no plenary. Members of Parliament came in the night to pick money. And now they have been vindicated. I cry for my beloved country. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is the first time on the YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.